What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? I've got another little hardware review for you today, and it is this little beast here. It is the Limitless Arms Race version 2 mothership. Oof! What an absolute beast of a little mod this is. Have a little look at that, guys. Sitting with the Bandy Vape Carlin on top. It's running like an absolute dream. So, what we're going to do today, guys, we are going to go down to the table. We're going to have a little unboxing of it. We are going to go through the menu and a couple of the other little features. And then we're going to come back up top and have a little vape on this thing. And I'm absolutely in love with it. So, join me back on the table in just a second. And we'll go through the unboxing and that. And then be back up the top. See you all in a second, guys. So welcome to the table camera section of the Limitless Arms Race Mothership version 2. So, front of the box you're greeted with what the actual mod is, a little picture of the Limitless logo, a Limitless Mod Company little insignia on top of a corporal's insignia, I don't know, Arms Race on the strap, a little bit of gold, all black. On the back, well, on the top you've got Limitless Mod Co, on the bottom you've got the same. Little bit of a camouflage thing down the side, down the section, around all of it. Gives it a bit of a two-tier kind of look to it. On the back, you've got caution and reach out to the Reaper children, all the usual stuff you'll get. Instagram links, website, Facebook, a big fat barcode. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that's on it. So, inside the box, you've got the mod itself. What else you get? And you don't get an awful lot else inside this book. Do you get? For detailed instructions, please use this QR code. So for the instruction manuals on this, I don't know what I think about that. I don't know whether I like that or not. Not that anyone ever looks at instruction manuals, but people might do. Not yet, but yeah, that's all you get inside the box. There's nothing underneath here. So, pop a couple of batteries into it. Put that down somewhere it's not going to fall over. To get into the batteries, it's a little slidey, toggly thing on the side. One thing I'll say about this mod, you do get quite a little bit of juice. I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from, but you do get a little bit of juice. Got a big giant shoulder thing up on the top as well. I think juice might be leaking down there, and because you can't get into it properly to clean it, it just seeps down and comes into the battery door. That's a bit of a con. That's a bit of a con. You've got a negative and a positive terminals imprinted onto here. Don't think you're going to be able to see them. Yeah, you can see them just about there, can't you? They should always be white or pink or fluorescent yellow or something. I do believe that you can get different ones of these. You can just swap and change it to make it look like you've got a different mod all the time. So, your batteries in, negative down, negative up, slide that on. This only goes on one way. Click it into place. Does have a little bit of a seam there. I think that'd be a little bit better if it just stayed stuck up. Nice and flush, but there is a little bit of a seam on that. Got your up and down buttons there. They are a little bit recessed and a big fat fire button there. It's a bit clicky. Press the fire button. LMC Limitless, please click 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power on. Then you're greeted with a nice simple menu. So to get into the menu, you just hold on to the up key and press the power button. And that goes into wattage. You can change that to joules, temperature control mode, and back into wattage again. This temperature control modes that it supports is nickel, titanium, and stainless steel 316, and temperature TCR mode as well. You can change it again by pressing the up button and the power button and change it into Fahrenheit and Celsius, whichever one you prefer. And the temperature control actually works alright on this. Then go back into the wattage. You can flip your screen by pressing, holding the down button and pressing the fire button. Flips your screen if you don't know why you'd want to do that. And you can go into a stealth mode by just pressing the same again. Flip your screen and then stealth mode. Back on, flip your screen, stealth mode. So it's like a little three-way loop to go through it. That's pretty much everything. You've got a couple of venting holes on the side here, nice big insignia. And it's a big bulky mod. I like it. It feels nice in the hand, it feels comfortable. It feels like it's not going to break on you, it feels like it's not going to drop. And for something the size of it, it's surprisingly light. Right, I'm going to go back up to the table cam. I think I've went through everything that you can do with this. Go back up to the face cam and give you all my pros and cons and final thoughts on this gorgeous looking little device. So, see you all in a second. Ta-da! Welcome back up top. How are we all doing? Hope you found that interesting or something. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy all my videos, man. So, pros and cons of this little thing and what I think of it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's big, it's rugged. It's not ugly, but it's big and ugly. Do you know what I mean? I like that about mods. I like big, bulky mods like the iDroid Maxo. Do you know what I mean? What else? Even this. The G-Box by Geek Vape. Absolutely captain. I'm into me bigger, beefier mods. Like, look at the size of my hands, man. Do you know what I mean? Some people might not like that. Some people might not like the size of it. I think it's absolutely amazing. Fits perfectly in my hand, either to be a thumb firer or to be either a middle finger or a first finger firer. Left and right. It's absolutely... It fits perfectly in my hand, you know what I mean? So, pros and cons of it. Size, shape, performance, and the power that's behind it. The power's absolutely amazing. The menu's really simple. It's like, I know it's not the newest mod out there in the world, but it's solid, do you know what I mean? It feels like it's, like, you know when you get like the old cars and you know they're just not going anywhere. They're just staying with you till the rest of your life. This is what this mod feels like to me. Like it's made out of iron or something. Any other pros to it? I like the way you can swap these. You can get different battery door cases for it. And I like how you just swap it over and it's got a little press click. So it's a 220 watt device and it feels like it hits. Well, maybe not 220 watts because it's only two 18650s in here. But it feels like it hits pretty hard and pretty close to it. And there's very little ramp up time to this whatsoever. Cons. The screen, like, there's no need for it to be there. I don't know, it should be maybe central or something, but it's hard to use. Not hard, it's just a little bit awkward to use with the screen just being right on the front across the side there. Or put two of them on there maybe, because like, the way I vape like that. I vape with my left hand. And it covers it. Even if you fire it with your finger, it's like, not right, you know what I mean? What else? This big shoulder pad is ridiculous. Yeah, it looks smart, it looks nice, but like it could easily just go out a little bit more. It's like, the mod's not big. It fits a 24mm atomizer on it, no problem, but like there's the amount of 25mm atomizers, like I think you can fit one on. I don't think I've got a 25. No, I don't. Like, I think you'd be able to fit one on, but it'd be tight and there's like chances of like your airflow being blocked and stuff like that on it. Other cons. The battery life on this thing is not great at all. I can put the same set, two 30Q Samsung batteries in, say, my DOVPO trigger, and put them both in this as well, using the same build in two different RDAs or RTAs, running them both at about 70 watts. I get double the amount of time off my trigger is what I do off this, and that's a bit of a con for me. It's not a nice all day vape, do you know what I mean? Anything else to it? Pros, cons. I think this is a little bit of a con as well, where the buttons are. It's a little bit too recessed, and it should be protruding just a little bit more, I think, for a proper grip of it. But overall, I really like this mod. I really like the way it performs. Battery life isn't great, but you know what I mean, that's a small price to pay. And I'd like, not that I use any bigger atomizers, but like the fact that it could fit a bigger atomizer on, and it's just restricting the space that you can use. I like the seal on the battery lock. I can imagine that to wear down after a while though, and it will eventually lose a little bit of its grip. And I think it's always going to be a con, but on the battery door, it doesn't have the positive and negative terminals highlighted correctly. They are in there, they are engraved in there, but they should be white, or they should be pink, or they should be yellow. You should be able to see them, do you know what I mean? And that's always going to get a marks down from any company that does that, well, doesn't do that. So that's pretty much everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, being the Limitless Arms Race Mothership version 2. And it's one hell of a little mod. I'd love to give this a 10 out of 10. I would love to give it a 10 out of 10, but I can't. Like, the battery life and the shoulders are the two big cons. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Like, I would give it a 10, do you know what I mean? Because I do love the thing. But to be completely honest, and in the purpose of honest vape reviews, it's getting a 7 out of 10. Battery life needs to be improved vastly. I don't know why it's draining power so much, but it is. 0.21 ohm build at 60 watts. Do you know what I mean? By the way, I've recorded this video straight after my Kylan video. My Kylan video should be up for like 2 days by this point. And we've seen how much I've chain vaped on this, and it works. Go and check out my working review and see if it can help you if you're having trouble with your Kylan, because this is one beast of a tank. Right, my name is Bobo. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I hope you're all well. If you haven't subscribed, go and subscribe. There should be a button either there or there. I can never remember what way the camera's going to face when it comes out onto YouTube. I think it's on there on YouTube, so it's going to be on this side, possibly. I don't know. Might make a liar out of me, but we shall see. We've been the VAPERY. Hope you've enjoyed the channel. Go and subscribe. Don't forget the thumbs up, comment. There should be links down below for our Instagram and our Facebook and other fancy stuff. Nice one. Catch you all later. Bye now. Bye. Bye.